I literally just watched it.
Good evening, Keepers of the Cash. Gary B, the casual comic guy here, and I am joined this Thursday, as always, with my good buddy Digger Jim. How you doing, Jim?
Very good, sir. Very good.
And also, we have an extra special co-host this evening. We have K-pop junkie Katie. How you doing, Katie?
Hi. All right.
And our person of the hour, you saw him on a great 10-1-1 that he did. We have Bleeker back, and this time he is here for the Straight Interview Show. We're going to learn all about him and his comic history, what he watched as a little kid growing up, his favorite cartoons, his favorite nerdy movies. We're going to get into all that stuff and whatever else Bleeker wants to talk about. But before we do that, Bleak, you want to give them the quick 2-minute rundown on who you are, and then we'll say hi to the chat?
Sure, man. My name's Jason, Bleeker Street Comics. I love comics, and that's about it, man. There's not much to say. I have a little comic book shop. I'm trying to do comics full time, I hope it all works out, man. That's all I can say about that. Trying to do comics, be in comics, just be surrounded by comics my entire life, and I'll be happy about it.
Right? Nice. All right, we'll say a quick hi to the chat, and then we'll get to some questions here. And, of course, Katie and Jim, you guys know I'll just keep talking. So if you have a question, just interrupt me.
Oh, okay.
All right, so first in, as always, first, second, and third in, we have Las Cruces. He's trying to take up the top 5 spot here.
Nice.
Good evening, James. Nice to see you, sir. Psychedelic Comics. Good evening. The actual Dracula.
Spooky.
Don't fall victim to the imitations.
Yeah.
Jerry the Jitterbug, how you doing tonight, Jerry? John Stout's here. Wellbore, Brad, how you doing tonight, sir? Norrin Rad is here. Good evening, Norrin. And as the notifications are going out, people are going to keep popping in. But we're going to turn it back over to you. I'll keep saying hi as people populate. And so, Bleak, let's just go where it all began, like to start out easy. What was your initiation into comic books?
Into comic books,
Right.
I guess honestly, my first initiation into comic books would have to be the 70s, 60s Spider-Man TV series.
Nice.
The Nicholas Hammond?
One.
Yeah, all of that, like that old, he's swinging on his web, all straight and awesome. And the Hulk as well was in that same fashion.
Oh,
Yeah.
And then, of course, the real life Wonder Woman, Batman, the Incredible Hulk, all of that stuff is probably, it just sort of permeated my entire childhood. So it was only a matter of time before I found.
Right. I know I was always in front of the TV for Wonder Woman and for the Hulk. I love the two shows. And I was always a Spider-Man fan. And I was like the only one watching the Nicholas Hammond one. I knew it was bad, and I did not care at all.
Oh, no. How can it be bad?
I don't think it's bad even today.
No.
I don't think any of those are bad.
I still have a
love them all
couple
dearly.
VHSs of it that I never got rid of.
I'm just saying, for the time, I tell this to my kid, for the time, it was perfect.
And I love how he'd run on a roof, and then he'd just do like a little leap, like that was Spider-Man.
I mean,
Listen,
Because, it made a
It's
Spider-Man
still
when it went
perfect.
like this, right?
this is still a perfect Spider-Man show. It's fine.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. And, I just remember that J. Jonah. I was like, whew.
He's the perfect Jay Jonah, though. Am I wrong? That's Jay Jonah, man. I swear to God, they just haven't nailed him yet. But that's Jay Jonah. He's awesome.
And I was watching him again as an adult, and I was like, wow. It's like, did you ever watch the old 1970s Doctor Strange TV movie?
Oh, no.
I don't know if I saw this Doctor Strange one. I remember seeing some shitty Spider-Man like hour-long movies. I think they were part of like TV series or something. They were freaking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the old Captain America one.
Oh yeah.
Well, there's an old Doctor Strange 70s TV movie.
I did not know that.
Yeah. I think I saw it once.
Him and the villain's Morgan Le Fay.
Wow, I'm gonna have to check that out.
Interesting.
And then
Isn't there a
Full Moon Productions, they did a knockoff called Dr. Mordred.
Oh, I'm gonna have to check
Margarine?
it out for sure.
Yeah, and you know who played him is the Reanimator guy.
Oh, I like the
Interesting.
Reanimator guy. Interesting.
Yeah.
I really am gonna have to check that out. I love retro television. I still love retro movies.
Oh, I'm full of all the cheesy stuff. Don't worry, please.
Same, man.
Oh,
Same.
the cheese. Nice.
The only thing I can't get behind is the Star Wars Christmas special. Just
Well, nobody
can't
can.
do it, man. I can't do it.
No, it's a hard pass.
Did you and also the David Hasselhoff Nick Fury TV movie?
Ooh.
Oh, wow,
Nice.
David,
Oh, you didn't
I
know-
remember that. Yeah, that's
Okay, I didn't know if you knew about that one.
the worst part.
Yeah.
Is David Hasselhoff really nailed the look. If you just looked at Hasselhoff in that, it is
He looked like Nick Fury.
looked like Nick
Right.
Fury, bro. Good for him.
Yeah. I remember Wizard was hyping that up so bad when that came out.
Oh, I miss Wizard Magazine.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Phil's Treehouse has joined us too. Good evening, sir.
I thought.
All right,
Yes,
so what
Jeffrey
about?
Combs.
Oh, I'm sorry, Katie. You had a question?
No, Elle said it was Jeffrey Combs. That's the Reanimator
Yes,
guy.
thank
Yeah.
you. I couldn't remember for the life of me for a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Dr. Mordred's fun. The 70s Strange is it's rough,
Okay.
but it's neat.
I am
Yeah.
gonna have to check it out. I really am.
Glenn 2K, nice to see you. All right, so what about cartoons though? What cartoons are capturing your imagination as a kid?
Well, obviously, He-Man, G.I. Joe, like old. I got lucky because I sort of come from an era where I was able to see a lot of the stuff from the 60s and 70s, and I was also able to see a lot of stuff from the 80s and 90s. So
Yeah.
I sort of grew up in a great era for cartoons. So I like them all a lot. Like I still watch a ton of cartoons, man. Like He-Man's on in the background right now.
It should be Thundar the Barbarian behind you.
Thundar's awesome.
Oh, I like
If
Thundar.
I could find any of those, Space Ghost and
Herculoids.
all of that stuff was so big, man. That was huge stuff to me. Wrestling was big when I was a kid.
Did you used to watch the Saturday morning wrestling show cartoon that
Oh
they
yeah,
had?
buddy. Hulk Hogan and his whatever, the Hulk
Amazing.
Maniacs. I don't know. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
Remember when they had the album out?
Dude, I even had the coloring book for that shit. I'm not even kidding.
That's
Yeah.
where like Chuck Norris got his own, Mr. T got his own. Everyone was getting their own cartoon.
Sure.
Johnny Quest. Yeah, man.
Johnny. Yeah.
Dude, I loved Johnny Quest growing up. Because you know what? When you were a kid watching it, it felt like the cartoon you shouldn't be watching.
It did, didn't it? It looked
Yeah,
a little
it
too
felt like
adult.
you were
for
getting
a kid.
away with something when you were watching
Right.
Johnny Quest because it was a little more adult.
Hell,
Yeah.
the old Justice League one, the old one with all the bad guys in the swamp and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Legion of Doom.
that
Yep,
shit was
Legion of Doom.
amazing, bro. That shit
Yeah.
was like super amazing.
Nobody rode a dolphin like Aquaman.
Stax.
Still don't.
Oh Lord!
I don't know, but Lobo might beat him. That was Space Dolphins, though.
Right?
That's true.
Well, I mean, if you got to top a regular dolphin, you go space dolphin, okay, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's the only one that tops a dolphin.
So what were
Good for Lobo.
what were a few of the books that you picked up when you first started collecting? I mean, or as a kid, you've got to be drawn to at least a couple of specific characters.
First book I ever, Wolverine was probably
Yeah.
that. The first book I ever bought with my own money was, sorry,
You
not
say Wolverine. That's
not
cool.
Marvel Comics Presents, but the Wolverine, the saga. I think it was the Wolverine saga.
Saga,
A
yeah.
five thick books, and it just
Yeah.
was all about Wolverine.
Yeah.
And I was immersed in that, man. I think I read that 300 times.
Whoa.
Yeah.
There's
Lynn's
some,
calling
there
you
are
out.
some lovely cartoon comic
You know,
versions of
And
that.
I'm not gonna lie, Herman's Head, like I like a lot of that shit. Like I read a lot of the stuff from the newspapers and stuff. I was really sad when they took out Spider-Man when that stopped.
Aw.
I was really sad.
I
that's,
love the strips because I would go there. There was like three I loved, right? Obviously, when I was young, I loved the Conan the Barbarian strip. It was great. Love the Spider-Man one.
Yeah,
And then I always liked Grimm. And not everybody had Grimm with the dog.
Yeah, I remember Grimm. Yeah,
Grimm was great. Yeah, you and I probably do because it was probably around here because we're both from the north.
yeah. All that stuff was really cool to me. Comic books were awesome. I don't know, man. Just being around that stuff was, I was permeated my whole life. TV, that was just the cool stuff to watch that I enjoyed. Everything else seems dull and lame.
Right, you like to immerse yourself in other worlds.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I've always been sort of artistic-ish, and I like to consider myself a bit of a writer, a bit of an artist, all that kind of shit. I don't really do anything, but I like to consider myself in that category.
Maybe one day.
Right, and I got a question for you too. So, if being into them like you are, being a writer, being this, if you could have your favorite writer write you into any character's book written by your favorite writer, who's your artist? That's drawing you? Who's writing you? And whose book are they putting you in?
Alan Moore is probably writing me.
Okay.
And who's drawing me? Capullo. I would really like Capullo, or
I had you for a Liefeld guy.
Capullo. Maybe Todd.
I'm just messing with Bleeker, Katie.
Maybe Todd. Yeah.
Liefeld can go
Yeah.
suck fucking a bunch of dicks in hell.
Oh,
No, not really,
wow.
Liefeld. You're good. You're fine. You just not my thing. That's all.
Gonna have to have
Sounds
Crumb
fine.
do the splash pages. Yeah.
Right. Rob
If
Liefeld
Nick was in the
canceling my
chat. We'd be
camera
arguing
right now.
about Liefeld, and we'd be arguing about Liefeld and.
So you had Alan Moore writing you,
Yeah, probably
Greg
Capullo
Capullo drawing you.
Yeah, I think so. I like the way he does, his Batman, and he did a lot of great Spawn stuff. So,
Oh yeah. He's good with capes.
yeah, he's good with capes. I dig a good cape.
And what hero's book are you going to be in?
Hero's book am I going to be in? Do I get to be the hero, or do I just get to be in the book?
Well, it's your choice because this is your fantasy, so it's what you want.
What
You could get beat up by the bat, or you could be the one whooping the bat.
Ooh,
fair. That's fair. I guess I'd probably be in a Watchmen series because that's my favorite comic book. So if they could, any kind of like a doomsday clock, or if they could do something of that nature, I could see myself being written into that.
Nice.
Maybe take over the Rorschach.
Oh,
Right.
interesting.
Who is killing you here?
Yeah, we all have those favorites. All right, so let's get into what your favorite comic book storyline is. What's the one storyline you can always go back and read and you never get tired of? It just hits you in all the right spots every time you read it.
I don't know, probably Secret Wars, man.
The first Secret Wars?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
probably my favorite. I think I recommended it almost every time I'm online. It's for certainly every time I go through my books, I'm like, you should all have this in your collection. If you don't have it by now, stop collecting comics.
That's probably
Dang.
that's probably got to be in my top 10 for sure.
I was going to ask Glenn which Batgirl, but he's probably just going to say put them all together. What do you mean? Just pick one.
I don't know. I like the Batgirl from the Dark Knight stuff. She was awesome. Not sorry, Batgirl, Catwoman. She was hot.
Catwoman.
Yeah, Catwoman.
But
Catwoman's okay. We all know that Black Cat is a superior character.
What?
okay, all right. Is that what's happening now? Is that what's going
Oh,
on?
we're gonna
Listen,
fight you.
Gary,
We're gonna fight you.
All right.
Yeah, we like Black Cat. Gary B.
Yeah,
and
it's
I
all
both
about
do.
that Felicia Hardy, Katie.
This was a good show.
I like both of them.
We're getting canceled by Katie and Bleeker as we speak.
Yeah.
Man, I can't help it. What's when she played Catwoman? Fuck.
Oh, Michelle Pfeiffer?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah, that's a whole different story now.
And of course, even
Yeah.
the first Catwoman, like, man, she was fucking hot, dude. She had
They
me.
were all hot.
She had me at purr. I'm telling you.
I
I enjoyed them all. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that
Batgirl.
60s Batman show was funny, but those costumes were tight.
The Batgirl, like in the early Batman series, she was
Yeah,
hot.
Yvonne, what was her name?
Babe.
Yvonne what?
Yeah, she was gorgeous, man.
Yeah.
It was, now I can't remember her last name.
I'm
Yeah, I
terrible
can't
at
either.
it, so thanks for helping me out.
I don't know. I love
Yeah.
Julie Newmar. Eartha Kitt was good. Catwoman.
Yep.
Lee Meriwether.
I was gonna say there was 3 of them. Yep.
Yeah, they're all good.
Yeah,
I
man.
know, and also you got the Joker with the mustache.
Norrin Rad, stop it.
Oh hell, yeah, right.
She wasn't bad. The story was bad. So.
Yvonne Craig, Gary.
Yes, that's it. Yvonne Craig. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, fair enough, Rude.
Well, I think one of the most iconic Catwomans, if we're going to talk Catwoman, was drawn by Jim Balent.
Yes.
Like that run with the way he drew her, there wasn't anybody that wasn't paying attention.
He is the entire reason I have a comic hoard. Let's put it that way. I remember.
Nice.
I remember the exact spot and day that I was at where I found that on the spinner rack. Yeah, that was my comic.
Yeah, I mean, there was nothing. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That embossed cover hits you differently when you see it for the first time. Yeah.
And he did the same thing, like with Drawn Red Sonja and other characters. Jim Blanton just has that. He's got that magic thing.
Well, who drew that one?
I don't know. Back it up or something.
Back it up?
Yeah, I've actually never seen that picture before, Blake.
I've never seen that.
Yeah.
Either. What is that?
I don't know. It's Catwoman.
It's hard to see.
I'm definitely getting that as a tattoo pretty soon.
Oh yeah,
That's
good.
like Gimp
I can't
suit
see it,
Catwoman.
though.
It almost looks like an anime Catwoman.
It is. Yeah, I sort of have an anime thing for characters for some reason. My Harley Quinn is very anime as well. How's that?
It's a little
Yeah.
better. I just see
It's-
anime eyes and kind of like BDSM gears, kind of like what I
It
see.
Right,
reminds me of
right.
Bunny Mask.
Kind of Bunny
little
Mask-ish, yes. Yeah.
Oh, I love Bunny
Yeah,
Mask.
I don't know who
Such a
did
great
that, but it's
series.
good. I like it.
It's awesome, man.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, now, Bleak, you had mentioned to me before in the 1011 that you wanted to talk about. I don't know if you still do, but you said that comics basically saved you.
Oh yeah, they definitely. I came from a really terrible background. My childhood was one of the most fucked up childhoods you'll probably ever hear about. And comic books and characters and television, that's sort of what you immerse yourself in when you're a kid. And when you don't have the strength or the, fucking superpowers to get out of the situation that you're in.
Yeah, your mind's the only place you can go to.
You gravitate towards that. You want that, right? You wish you could be a superhero. You wish you could be powerful. You wish you could be the ultimate good guy once you see all this absolute crap in the world when you're a kid and you're still very innocent. So, all that comic books is really comic book characters, television, Star Wars, all of that stuff. Definitely. I don't know how to put it. It's like, yeah, man, it saved me, It just
Right. Well, and that's a profound thing with the medium, right? You can lose yourself in it. You can find direction in it. You can find ideals that you can attach yourself to.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I remember being a big just novel reader when I was a kid too, and and I don't know if you're like me, but I'll ask you. When I'm reading, when I'm reading, I'm focused.
Mm-hmm.
And you could walk up and talk to me. I wouldn't even know you're there. You'll have to tap me, and what?
Yeah.
Because I get that in the reading.
Well, I got to place myself into such a cool story. Like usually I'm there. I'm usually a character, or if I so.
Right. Well,
I find it hard to read some people if I can't envision myself in the story, or if they don't write it for somebody like me. I don't know. It's hard to say. Like I read a lot of Anne Rice stuff, but I couldn't read The Violin. I couldn't read that book just because I know the character just wasn't a character that I enjoyed, I guess. But
yeah.
Right. You couldn't connect with it.
Yeah, I just couldn't connect,
Well, that's okay. Oh, go ahead, Jim.
No. I was just reiterating what you said. I mean, I brought up that one time when Jason Douglas was on that. When I would read certain novels, fiction, whatnot, I would, as I'm reading it, I'm thinking about who would play that? You know, if this became a movie, it almost, as I'm reading, I'm going, holy crap, you know, that's James Earl Jones saying that. You know, that's Richard Dreyfuss saying that, you know, and it just made me want to read it even, you know, just flip it again. And then I'd read the book again going, yep, this guy wrote this for these two people. You know what I mean? Like, so, you know, you hear about actors sometimes saying that, oh, they wrote this part for me. And it's because of the way it's written and their tone and how they speak. You just envision this was written for you. You know, and so if you ever find a book that you love and you want to put yourself in it, I could see that because you're like, oh, okay, I could see myself saying that. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, you sort of want to be that, you know, you always want to be the cool guy in the story.
Now, Bleak, we know you like wrestling.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about The Hunt here soon, but I want to talk about movies a little bit.
Sure.
Not mainstream. Everyone likes Star Wars. Everybody likes Star Trek. Everybody likes things. What were some of your favorite off-kilter movies? Like one that I love is Krull. And I saw that, and there was another one I saw when I was a kid, a 3D one. Nobody even knows this movie exists. And if you watch it today, it's one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life, but I loved it as a kid. And that was Treasure of the Four Crowns, right? No one's even heard of that movie.
Nah, I haven't.
But what was one of your favorite B-type movies?
Oh, okay. Favorite B-type movie.
Or guilty pleasure movie where you could just watch it over and over and it just doesn't matter if it's horrible.
I don't really watch a lot of B movies, bro. It's some like horror movies. I used to watch a lot of B horror movies. I guess that's what I would go back to. I guess like something like what is it? One with the campers, that horror movie with all the campers. It's really shitty, but it's amazing because
like
it's
half the movies from the 80s are campers.
I know, man.
You got to narrow it down for us a little bit.
All right.
Those are something. Jeez.
Right. Yeah, it's one of those 700 ones where the kids.
You know the one.
Let's get 4 in front of me. That have to do with Friday the 13th.
It was dark.
Camping.
Oh,
there might have been a lake and a tree.
Oh, Sleepaway Camp. I think Glenn's got it.
Sleepaway Camp. I love Sleepaway Camp.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with that messed up ending.
Yeah. Oh yes. Oh my God, I'm a boy ending.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert! Jeez, come on.
That movie's old enough. Well, I think at that time too, like that movie wasn't great, but it was good enough where you stayed interested throughout, and at the end you're like, "What?" Because you didn't see that ending coming.
I guess. Yeah. You know, I would say the first Mad Max movie too. I don't care what anyone says. That movie is a fucking garbage ass movie. I know.
Road Warrior.
I watch it. Yeah, I watch it all the time. It's shit. I don't even know. I don't even know how it got
good. Come on.
It's so bad.
Toxic Avenger. Yeah, I'm kind of with Drac on that one.
Is great.
You know.
What are you guys talking about? These are amazing movies.
Yeah.
The one where Buddy's breathing in his mask and going, "Don't look at me! Don't look at me!" Fuck, just some really.
Cabin in the Sky. I never heard of that one, Bobby. I'm writing that down right now to check that out.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
You know, one of my favorite things too is we have so many cool apps now that you can just like I'll get on Tubi and I'll find the most obscure genre flicks.
Oh. Right.
Or on Amazon Prime too. Like I watched The Killer Shrews the other night.
Nice.
And like I love some of these old black and white horrors. It's not even an hour and a half long. It's like 108 minutes. It's
I did watch.
It barely qualifies as a movie, but
I did watch.
And then I followed it up with Attack of the Killer Crabs by Roger Corman.
Nice. I
love some horror movie recently, and that was sort of that was a very B movie, man.
Still haven't seen that yet.
It's fantastically terrible.
What is it?
It's a Winnie the Pooh horror film.
Oh yeah. See. Yeah. I think I'd like that though.
It's amazing, except they do it. It's too bad to be amazing. They could have done it much better.
Much better.
Yeah, but I'm glad that it's a shitty B movie, so you can watch it. It gives you the B movie feels.
Oh, Planet Terror.
Last Starfighter. Fuck yeah, bro.
Oh yeah, I saw the Last Starfighter in the theater. Bleak.
Actually, really, I didn't see it in the theater. Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, that's because I'm old, man.
Yeah,
actually
he's
looking-
a pro.
I'm actually looking for that first appearance, The Last Starfighter. I'm trying to buy that.
'Cause I saw Legend and The Neverending Story as a double feature.
Oh my
Ooh,
god.
nice.
Oh my god.
Legend was the backup to The Neverending Story.
That's amazing. That is
Kelly, Psycho Gorman is great. It's fantastic.
Planet 9 from Outer Space.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I don't watch enough B movies, man. I want most of the stuff that I really like. It has to be good quality.
You have to
Well,
watch them. There's
I,
amazing
don't- see,
ones.
I
out
have
there.
two things. I like just schlocky B or high quality. I don't really care for the in between much.
Between-
The in between is no good at all.
Because if it's schlocky, then it's got to be done right, and it's fun, right? You're just having
Yeah.
a blast with it.
I haven't watched Tusk yet. I sort of want to watch that. I'm
It's
not-
Tusk is-
good. I like
Tusk
it.
is good.
yeah,
They're supposed to be making a second one.
I haven't watched it yet. I do sort of want to.
Yep.
Last Starfighter is amazing. I love Last Starfighter.
Killer
So-
Clowns is the best. Killer Clowns is my favorite.
From Outer Space. I saw that on
Enemy
Acid.
Mine was good too with Dennis Quaid and Lou Gossett Jr.
Mm.
Yeah, that was really good.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I watched that on Acid. It was awesome.
That's
Where would you
that's
put-
my kids. One of my kids' favorite movies. He loves Killer Clowns. He dressed up as
yeah.
the short one with the ray gun, or
Shorty.
yes.
Myra. I wasn't
See,
allowed
that was
to-
a really
There you
tough
go.
name for me to get. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you
I
go.
did see her do her booby thing. Elvira, that was pretty good.
Yeah, that was inspirational.
That was
Now,
inspirational.
were you also
I know.
being a big horror fan? Because obviously we are. So, were you into the TV shows like Tales from the Dark Side and
Tales from the Crypt is my fucking jam, bro. I fucking love that shit. It's amazing.
And every Friday night, I was in front of the TV for that Tales from the Dark Side, and that theme music would hit, and you're like, yes.
If you go back and watch some of these TV shows, especially Tales from the Crypt, you're like, holy fuck, there's Brad Pitt. Holy
Right?
shit. Like, it's
They had
amazing to
stars
see
in 'em.
You see where they started.
these big stars that started at the bottom there, man.
And Tales from the Crypt, I mean, that was on HBO, so it had a lot of big stars.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I love Tales from the Crypt and
Tales
Tales
is
from
my
the Dark
favorite.
Side and all the other ones. They're really good. Oh, I like the Hitchhiker. The Hitchhiker was good too.
Oh yeah,
The
and the
movie
Friday
and
the
the
13th
series.
show was good. I like that concept
Hitchhiker.
where the cursed antiques in the shop.
Yeah.
I forgot about the Hitchhiker. Jesus.
I did too.
The Fog, I remember watching when I was
The Fog is
really-
one of my favorites.
the first horror movie that I really watched and scared the absolute fucking shit out of me was Piranha. I watched it when I
Yes,
was really
I love
young,
Piranha.
and it scared the shit out of me, man. I was in
We
some
touched base on that, I think, with your yeah.
dude. I was in some weird adopted house. Like it was like some foster family. It was fucking weird, and it was late, and they watched. Okay, because I'm old, so we used to get glasses in the newspapers, so you can watch TV in 3D.
Oh yeah.
For for any people that don't know about that shit, fucking, it was great. So you got all the glasses everybody's watching. We got Creature from the Black Lagoon or something like that. We
I
got,
love that one too.
and then
That
we
one's
got the Piranha, and we also had Friday the 13th Part 1. And I
Charlie's
watched
bringing
these
up one of
three
my
movies
favorites.
as a fucking 6-year-old, and I was fucking scared to death. Scared to death. It was awful.
Yeah. Tucker and Dale versus Evil is probably one of the greatest things to ever happen to cinema.
You will
It's-
almost pee yourself watching it. It's so funny. Have you ever seen it,
is.
Bleeker?
It is.
I've never
amazing.
seen it.
I have not.
Oh, you got to watch it. It's quality made, and
All right.
it is
I'm-
hilarious.
It is
And
so
that's
good.
I'm
what
writing
Bruno-
it down.
Write it
I'm
down
writing
right
it.
now.
All right,
Yeah.
so
Writing it
there's these two hillbillies.
Well, you had me at Hillbilly, bro.
They bought a cabin that they're gonna fix up. They're buddies, and it's gonna be their
Their vacation
cabin,
house.
All
We're
right.
gonna
Right.
go fishing.
right? And this group of college kids show up as they do in these movies, and they start getting off in weird ways, and each college kid thinks it's the hillbillies killing the other kids. So they're not. So the remaining kids are trying to kill the hillbillies, but they keep offing each other in weird ways, and dude, it's so funny and it's so
That's
good.
so good.
Alan Tudyk is great in it.
Oh,
my
yeah,
God,
he's
he's the
all right.
best. He's
I'm
so
good.
good.
I'm there. He's amazing. So
That movie, I probably watched that and Dude Bro Party Massacre 3 probably about 6 times a year each. Those are my favorites.
crazy.
Oh, I remember watching another fun one too. Lesbian Vampire Killers.
That one's great.
Yes.
That one's good.
Bleeker's writing all this down, or he's going, don't talk to these people anymore.
Yeah, he's like,
No.
I'm logging off, you guys.
I'm actually trying to figure out. There's a movie that The Stoned Age. You guys ever see that, man?
I did not. I've heard of it.
I've
Yeah,
heard of that. I don't
Watch
think I've
it.
ever
It's
seen
pretty
it.
good.
Yeah, I don't know. I love that stuff. You know what's funny though, Bleeker, is I could never get into the slasher flicks. Jason bores me to
Really?
tears.
Uh,
Freddy Krueger bores me to tears.
Freddy's awesome. Freddy's
And I am a huge John Carpenter fan. I don't care for Halloween.
really, eh? Freddy's one of my faves, bro. And I love, I don't know, fucking
Because he's too sticky
Hellraiser?
though.
Hellraiser.
I love it. I'm a big so I started reading Clive Barker at 11. He's one of my favorite authors. I've read, if he's put it out, I've read it. I even had fanzines that had like little things in it from him, all sorts of stuff.
Nice.
And huge Clive Barker fan.
Yeah,
Magic
actually,
is my
nice.
favorite book from him.
I'm getting Doug Bradley to sign my Hellraiser #1. He's got next
Yes.
week, actually. Fucking Saturday, I think.
I have a Hellraiser picture, black and white, in the other room.
Nice.
Personalized to me, it says, Gary, welcome to hell, Doug Bradley.
Fucking awesome, bro. That's awesome.
And it's the black and white picture of Pinhead. It's awesome.
That's amazing, man. That's amazing. Yeah. Yeah, I think I have my Hellraiser book around here somewhere. Got it all ready.
And the Cenobites, just what a great creation, right?
Yeah.
They're really beautiful designs.
Well,
I got Taylor picking on me. Clive Barker at 11 explains a lot.
Nice.
yeah, man. She's a beauty.
Very cool. That'll look nice. Yeah. He was super nice when I met him, and he called me a sneaky little shit.
Sounds about right. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even the guy that was making things with him and helped write screenplays, Peter Atkins, he wrote an incredible novel that I still have it. I read it back in the I can't remember the name of it right now because I'm old. And as soon as I put myself on the spot, it runs right out of my brain. But I love that. I love some of the old British horror stuff like that. All right, so now I am a sucker for a good creature flick. I will watch a creature movie. Doesn't I don't care how good or bad it is. I will watch a creature movie.
So the Langoliers was your thing, then? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
I watched it. It was okay. Those were some bad CGI, dude. Holy cow! But I watched one recently on Shudder, The Lair. That was fun.
I love Shudder. Shudder's so good.
Yeah, and then
Tubi and Pluto have really good ones too.
they do.
There's like a whole section for like Sasquatch. It's great. There's some of the
Well, that's the
stupidest
thing, though,
movies
right?
I've
You
ever
click
seen.
on one movie, and then you're like 12 movies into a rabbit
Oh.
hole watching
Yeah.
stuff.
So
So
stupid.
you said
So
Piranha messed you up as a kid.
Oh, yeah, man. Fucking absolutely messed me up.
Now, yeah, that first scene with the two people in the pond, right, in that private little area.
Well, you get that, and then you get Jaws in my lifetime, and like I fucking still can't go into water without being like, I don't know, bro. I don't know what's at the bottom of this motherfucker.
Right. I can't see.
As if I can't see, I'm not sure I'm going in.
good.
Thanks, Mom.
Always read the subs. Kelly, what's wrong with you?
I agree, Drac. Now, did you
Man. Jeez.
Oh shit! I had a question that just popped. Why am I being such an old man today?
That's okay.
I don't know.
It's been a
It's
long
very
day.
spazzy today. I
Been a
think it's
long
just the
day.
heat, or it's just
Yeah,
throwing everybody off.
It's been a weird work week too.
Yeah.
But just oh, I got my question back. So I've watched horror movies since I was a kid, and so I love them. They don't scare me. There's a few that have made me uneasy. Like one of those was a Clive Barker movie called Lord of Illusions. Especially when you
Okay.
see like the kid dead on the floor, you're like, oh
Yeah. I remember
Um,
watching that when I was young.
yeah, it's a messed up flick.
Yeah, man.
But a great introduction of Famke Jensen in that movie.
Yeah, I think I was like a 14 or 15 when
When she came out in that one dress, forget about it. Gorgeous. Forget about it. But so is there a movie that everyone tends to really like that you don't like at all, doesn't do anything for you? For me, it's The Exorcist. I think it's one of the most boring movies ever. Never found it scary. Always found it silly and over the top. I watched it as a kid. I was like, ugh. That and The Omen. I was like, oh my gosh, really?
There's a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really. There's not a lot of movies that are made for me. Like if you make movies, like obviously superhero movies are made for me, and I love movies like Natural Born Killers and things of that nature. So superhero to that, I'm pretty happy. Interesting stories, but there's not a lot of movies that are made that are very great, bro. I'm not gonna lie. So I don't really like a lot of movies. And I'm sure there's tons that everybody loves. I didn't like the one that Leonardo got his award for. I thought it was boring as fuck.
Which one was that?
Oh, Shutter Island?
No, the Shutter Island was okay. It was easy to see coming. It's not like it fooled me or anything. But
Right.
the one where he got his Oscar for, where he had to crawl out of a bear and
Oh,
yeah.
fucking
I watched it. It was okay, but it wasn't like next level.
No,
I could picture that movie, but I can't remember the name of it.
I own it and I can't remember it. That's why I agree with Bleeker.
Oh, there it is.
It ended up in my
Kelly's
collection.
got it.
Yeah,
Revenant.
Yeah, Revenant.
If
Yeah.
he should have won the award for when he played Howard Hughes. That was a fucking good movie.
Right.
Revenant, meh, shit. City of God. I know it was a true story.
No, yeah, I'm right with you on that, Gary. Exorcist, I think, is the stupidest movie of all time, and I will laugh.
I don't know what the big deal is about it. It's just
not scary at all. It's boring and it's long, and it's like,
yeah, you know what? Well, and just kill the priest already. Let's go.
yes, exactly. And then when it happens, you're like,
he's old, there's a demon in her, go get him. All right, let's go over to wrestling. So wrestling's a big part of your loves too, right?
Yeah, when I was a kid, for sure. I haven't watched wrestling a lot in a long time, but definitely when I was young, wrestling was.
You were like the Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan era.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
British Bulldog, stuff like that. The Macho Man.
Yeah, Macho's one of my favorites, and you got to have Bret the Hitman Hart in there. And
Roddy Piper was one of mine.
Rowdy is awesome.
Those are all good. I loved all that era.
Yeah, that's the era that I watched, and it was fun, man. Wrestling was great.
Oh yeah, it was on like late at night then too. It wasn't like such a big production like it is now. Like if you were watching it, I was like where I lived, it came on at 11:30 at night. So I was staying up till 11:30 to watch the wrestling matches.
Wow.
We had it on in the afternoon.
Yeah, ours was on like in the morning or something.
Yeah, it was like
Saturdays was the morning, and then the weekdays was like 11:30 for whatever reason, and then they had the follow up like late night talk show afterwards. It was weird.
Yeah,
still watched it.
We had a lot.
I remember it being fun as a kid. And then when I grew up and like the stories weren't interesting to me anymore, I'm like, all right, I'm good.
Yeah, I stopped. I don't know. After,
like yes, they're good athletes, but
Michaels maybe.
I didn't care about the drama.
Yeah, me neither. Once they started getting all sorts of weird, I don't know, it started getting really soap opera-ish. So I was like, all right, I'm out of here.
I just like to watch when they would go and talk to the commentator or the interviewer, and he'd be like, they take the mic and like, all right, I'm coming after you the next week. You best be ready for that to me pumped me up. Let's go next week. I want to see a fight. It was like I'm throwing down the gauntlet, and you're just like. Especially Ric Flair. Jesus, man. Is there a better entertainer than Ric Flair? Come on.
Oh, they're so good.
That guy?
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is there anybody? I mean,
never looked that good in his entire life.
Sure
yeah, but to me, he made.
That's why you have somebody draw you, King.
He was the founding father before. I mean, I don't know. For me, he was probably one.
Hogan will always be my guy. I know he's a fucking shitbag, but I loved Hulk Hogan. He was such a hero, man.
And he had a good shtick, right?
Yeah.
Because he could act so well. Because in that ring, he would get that face on like he had just got the shit beat out of him, and then all of a sudden you'd count it down, right, and then you get the
music.
And then and then his arm would start going.
He's like literally a natural born actor. Like, every time they would hit him in the back, he would get like the most gut-wrenching pain on his face. It was great.
Oh yeah. The one knee down. Oh
yeah,
reaching to heaven.
Yeah.
Yep, but then he'd all turn it around, and then his comeback faces were fun too when he'd do the big eyes though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Kelly, you are not wrong because the evil alien in that is the Undertaker, and I love that man.
Undertaker.
There we go. Suburban.
Yeah,
I don't remember Suburban Commando.
Suburban
Kelly.
Commando is the one where he's an alien, he comes down, and then the evil villain in it that's trying to hunt him and take him back to space is the Undertaker. He doesn't say a word in like the whole movie.
It's
Amazing.
one,
The
of
whole
the worst,
movie.
it's one of the worst movies of all time. It's
Shut
it's
your
horrible.
mouth. You shut your mouth.
Oh, yeah, I remember. That was the whole, I remember it. I never watched it.
Oh, you gotta watch it. I remember going to the drive-in for like an entire week watching No Holds Barred when that came out. It was
No
great.
Holds Barred. Oh my
Oh,
god.
it's so good. Come on.
You guys remember that? This is a really bad one, but I loved it as a kid. Jim Cotta.
Oh yeah, I know that one.
Of gymnastics and karate.
Yeah, it's back. It was back in the '80s when they did one movie where they used a real life gymnast and he did gymnastics and fighting together, and it's so bad because they put a pommel horse right in the, all of a sudden, but it's made out of stone. They made it look like stone,
That
but
sounds
he's like
fantastic.
doing his
I would watch
routine,
that
kicking
right now.
people. Oh, it was so cheesy.
I
But
want to
at the
watch
same
it
time,
right
yeah.
now. Let's watch it.
Right. Then you had the knockoff of Van Damme with Michael Dudikoff.
Yeah, all the American ninjas, Ninja 1, 2, 3,
Oh yeah,
4.
my friends and I spam watch Mac and Me and American Ninja.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, Mac and Me is the. Have you ever seen that, Bleak? The worst movie ever made.
I've never seen that actually. Mac and Me, you say?
Oh,
don't
it's so
bother.
stupid.
Horrible
It is
puppet.
so stupid.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have seen American Ninja 1, 2, 3, and 10, and however many.
Those are exciting. I'm
They're
a sucker for Cynthia Rothrock. Oh, come on.
Sucker for Kung Fu. Kung Fu.
Yeah, they even have their own channel. I think Hi-Ya. You can download Hi-Ya and see just about every kung fu thing known to man.
Well, that was big
Yes, it's
Saturday mornings
amazing.
when I was a kid. Like part of Saturday mornings was watching the Kung Fu stuff and Star
Yeah.
Trek. The old Star Trek was on.
Yes.
Saturday
Yeah,
morning. Like you had to get up
Good
early.
job.
Sci-Fi
Yeah,
Channel had
fascinating.
some good ones. Yeah.
Oh,
I would wake up and watch. They would have WMAC Masters in the 90s, late 80s, early 90s, and then they would have Dragon Ball.
And that's
It would be
something I
Dragon
never
Ball.
got into any of the Dragon Ball stuff or the. I
you know what? Me either, Bleak.
Maybe it's because I'm too old for it, and it just
Too old.
was beyond my time. I was drinking and partying at that time.
yeah. I don't think I watched any Dragon Ball either.
Yu-Gi-Oh! I did watch a bit of Yu-Gi-Oh! But Yu-Gi-Oh! Dragon Ball, Pokemon, I never really watched a ton of that stuff.
Now, Katie, you remember that one bad line from Mac and Me? Pretty nice.
Yeah, I remember when he just go flying off the cliff. That was the best
In
part.
the wheelchair? Yeah.
Yes, that was the best.
Well, and that was the best thing about 80s movies, right? 80s movies don't exist without bad parenting. E.T., those parents have no idea what the kids are doing.
Yeah.
There was no parenting. You came home when it got light out. That
no
was
idea
it.
where the kids are. Your dad's a cop, he still has no idea what you're doing.
Right.
You're hanging out with a group of monsters. The Goonies.
You
No
remember
one,
the
no
scene
one's parents knew what their kids were doing.
in Superman 1 where, I might be in Superman 2, I think it was 1 though, where the kid goes inside and says, Mommy, I just saw a flying dude, and the mom freaks out on him. What did I tell you about lying? It's like
Yeah.
super hidden in the background.
Right.
Really, you're like, wow, that kid's
Yeah.
fucking
It's the
ass.
same thing like the Monster Squad. They're like the entire time they're like, there's a monster like right here. We need help. And the entire time, like the dad's a cop. They're like, no, get out of here. We're not believing you. And then like it's all that war at the end of the movie. Yeah.
Right. Well, that's because I noticed that like a long time ago. Like, wow, all the 80s movies, they just like, look, let's just make the parents really bad and we got a story.
Yeah.
They're almost non-existent. It's not about them.
Give me
Right.
some of that pump up the
Well, look at the
volume.
Goonies where like they're in the car and the mom has no idea. And,
Yeah.
Sorry, just quote and pump up the volume over here.
Oh
geez.
gosh.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm in the hot seat.
Yes.
It's not really that hot. We're just cool. We're chilling.
No, it's pretty
Right.
hot.
We're going off on tangents. Let's get back to the Bleeker. So you are part of something, and the reason I brought up wrestling is because on the thumbnail it has you in what, the Sting makeup, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So for those who aren't familiar with your channel, fill them in on what the hunt is
All right.
and what goes on with it.
So the Hunt is not my channel. I do Bleeker Street Comics, but the Hunt is Tony Sanders. It's a place for the community to go and hang out, and basically it's cosplay and wrestling and comic book battles, and it is super duper fun.
Yes.
We've got some awesome people: Tony Sanders, myself, Whodat Comics, Cali Comics, just a ton of Chris, Boston Chris, Dan Bellator, a ton of guys come on there.
Caroline's on there.
Caroline's on there. Yeah, man. We and it's just, I don't know, you like to show off books, and you like to play, and you like to sort of shit talk people once in a while, and you know, you like to just sort of get out of your element and maybe do something different. The Hunt is a lot of fun. And if you don't want to be on it, come watch it, man. It's a great show to watch.
Now, are the books categorized? Like you all show a book like with this type of cover, or you just like someone picks up a book, look at this, and you go, oh, I got one better, and you go, look at this one.
So yeah, so we don't do categorizations. The belts do have rules to them. The TV title is basically, you know, books that you bought this week, TV show representation, that kind of thing, maybe movies. The heavyweight championship is basically big boy books. So, you know, if you want to go for the heavyweight championship, you got to come with your FF48s and your big boy books.
Right.
Then we've got the cover championship, which is the coolest covers. And that person that is the cover championship gets to say what covers the next battle are going to be. So let's say, for example, somebody would choose rainbow covers. You know, that's the next battle. You choose rainbow covers, and then
pretty dark, Bleak.
Yes, the crowd votes. The crowd votes the winner, and that's how we go about our business, man. It's pretty fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Now,
it's pretty dope, to be honest.
You go into the personas and you guys do a lot of shit talking, I'm guessing.
Oh yeah. I do the Sting persona. I think Callie does.
That's my favorite part.
Fiend. Whodat, he is Booker T. Tony is The Rock. Of course, Tony's The Rock. God damn it, Tony.
They do really good promo videos for that.
One, actually,
It makes my day when they bring him out.
Yeah, he's good at it. Tony's he's slick. He's awesome. It's basically him, man. Without Tony, that show wouldn't exist. I know all of us are on it and everybody watches, but that guy has spent a lot of time, effort, and like every other week he's putting on this show that we can all be a part of and just have a good time. So that's pretty cool.
Well, Callie, I would probably agree with that because I mean, I've known Caroline a bit now, and I know she can talk some shit.
She is. I don't want to fight Caroline on that show. She's mean.
You should hear us in our Mario Kart group. Oh, the things that come out of her mouth. Ooh, baby.
Oh,
Yeah.
Caroline's hilarious because you never know what she's gonna
She
say.
is spicy. Oh, dude, you should hear Glenn swear. It's fantastic. It's the best thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Nate right now is our cover champion, and Nate, if you're out there, you suck and you're a pussy.
Yeah, well, you should go torment him Friday because he's fighting Seth Rollins.
He's fighting Seth Rollins. That's not a
Yeah.
challenge. He isn't
I
fighting.
know, but you gotta go torment him in the chat so that he fights you. Yeah, that's what needs to happen.
Now, have you won the hunt ever, Bleak?
Oh yeah, man! I was tag team champion and heavyweight champion for most of last
The
year.
greatest rookie
The
season
greatest
of all time.
In
The
fact,
bestest champion, the longest running champion. Look
So-
at that right there. Yeah.
What book did you win with?
I've won with lots of books.
Fraggle Rock.
Yeah, I've won with a ton of books. I guess I don't have any books that I have out right now, but you know, a lot of Silver Age stuff, some cool covers. It really depends on the crowd, honestly. So the hunt, I know it's like everybody thinks it's the best book that wins. It's not always the best book that wins, man.
Right.
It's how you talk. It's how you shit talk. It's how you hype up your book. It's how you trash the other person's book. So,
Right, it's all crowd voted, right?
it really is all crowd voted. So
Well, you know, I'll definitely vote for you when my check comes in the mail.
Turok always wins.
He isn't two-time Musclemania champ. Uh-oh, we got who that talking
Oh,
Who that is a hardcore champion, but
dang.
he's He's
Yeah, I
actually,
understand you mean so far.
Callie, I was my rookie year. You've been in your rookie year for half a year. You're doing nothing. What have you done?
Oh,
What have you done besides lose
also,
so far? You're not gonna have. The
I
rookie
don't see any
year.
belts on you, Kelly.
Yeah, bud. Let's go
Oh,
get a belt, bro.
I feel like
dang.
Taylor. I feel like Taylor could be good
Well,
at this.
He just said I did
Oh,
lose to
yeah,
a
I think
Turok.
I feel like Taylor could be good at this.
Callie, I love you, bud. You're awesome.
Wasn't even a gold one.
He's great.
Yeah, no, so it's just fun, and it honestly is for the entire community. So we don't
Yeah.
reach out to anybody, but if you ever want to be a part of the hunt, reach out to either anybody that's on the hunt. So myself, anybody else, who that, Callie, Tony Sanders. If you don't, reach out to one of us. We will mention it to Tony, and we'll get you guys on there, man. It's just fun. It's good old fashioned fun times. You get to show off awesome comics, and you get to be part of a good group of people, man. Ladies,
You also mentioned at the beginning that you're just trying to do comics full time.
yeah.
So, do you have like a brick and mortar store? Or you just online sales only? And what do you kind of do for your inventory?
So I've got I do a flea market shop. So once a week I'm allowed to go to the flea market. All my inventory, well, not even close to all my inventory actually. I got a lot of inventory there that I keep there. The expensive stuff I take home with me every week. And I have my bedroom right now is top to ceiling, bottom to ceiling in comic book boxes. So
Wow.
so I go through that, and I swap out boxes from the flea market a lot. That way it doesn't stay stale. It gets
Right.
a little fresh in there, and that's about it. Man.
Right. Send all messages to Bleeker.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to start a business. It's not easy. I'm not a rich dude. I don't have, it's not like I'm coming for money or anything. So everything's very difficult. So I'm doing it all, guerrilla style, and just trying to start from the bottom up, bro.
Yeah, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, man. It's
I find those kind of sales fun, right? When you show up at a flea market and there's a dude out there with books. Who doesn't get excited as soon as you see the boxes, right?
That's
Like it just all of a sudden it hits you like I know where I'm spending my next half hour.
Hey, people love my shop. Actually, people do love my shop. It is a thing. They do. They tell me all the time. So, if I did get a brick and mortar, I want a brick and mortar, but that's a whole other can of worms, man. There's a lot.
Right.
There's a lot of money that goes into brick and mortar.
And you are doing a raffle right now too, right? A pretty
do
good
have a
raffle
raffle
with some
going.
prizes.
Yeah.
I really actually should start that again, because I was doing it before Christmas, and then I just fucking stopped talking about it. I've got a wicked raffle going right now. It is your first place prize is Tomb of Dracula number 10 and number 12. So that's the first and second appearance of Blade. Not high grade, probably 1.5 maybe. And then the Sam Alexander first Nova, which is the Marvel .1, is your second prize. That is a 9.0, CGC graded 9.0. And we are going to put in a third place prize, an awesome prize. I just haven't figured out which one yet. But so there's basically a 1 in 10 chance of winning. We got 30 spots, and 10 of them are sold already. So I got 20 spots left, man. Good price for winning a first Blade. It's a 1 in 30 chance to win the first Blade, 1 in 10 chance to win a prize.
Nice. And they can find that on your Instagram, right?
Yeah, get a hold of me on my
Comics.
Instagram. It's no problem. You want to talk to me while I'm online? Like I do a live YouTube show from my.
Drax promoting it for you. He wants to win.
He's got a ticket. He's I do an online show every Sunday from my shop, actually. So if you're ever up in the Sunday AM at 10:45, that's when my show is on. And
On YouTube.
On YouTube, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is the only show I wake up for to be part of, because it's awesome.
It's because you're awesome, K-pop.
Well, I'm working Sundays when that notification comes on.
That is fair. That is fair.
I'm gonna
I'm one of
bookmark
the
it.
poor schmucks that works on Sundays.
Yeah, you know what? I quit my old job, and I went into this job knowing exactly which days I wanted to have off. And I said to the people, I said, "Listen, I can't work Friday, Saturday, or Saturday, Sunday, and Monday." And they said, "Okay." And I said, "I'm hired. I'm coming in." So yeah, man, they gave me all the days I wanted off. So pretty happy with that whole nonsense.
Nice. That worked out pretty good then.
It did. Like Saturdays, I like to do my. I like to go to all the garage sales because there's a lot of good shit at garage sales.
Oh, fancy.
Vicky, you missed the wrestling talk, buddy.
You did.
And then Sundays I do the flea market, and Mondays I like to have off. I actually do Biggie's show a lot. Biggie, I do.
Nice.
Biggie's a good guy.
Yeah. I'm always on his show every other Friday. So this Friday's the hunt. Last Friday, or the Friday following this Friday, will be Biggie's show, which is the Comic Collector Club, which has been popping off lately. So that's pretty cool. Good job, Biggie.
Watch.
I know. Biggie had a good episode of the 1011 when he was on too.
Oh yeah, nice. Very cool.
I'll have to get him on for a second appearance. It's been a while since I had Biggie on the channel.
He's got some books.
He does.
He's got some books.
He's got some bangers.
Oh yeah.
No, I think Bobby would be good because Bobby's one of those guys in the community that's got books.
So I have a question. I want to talk about your channel a little bit
Sure.
because honestly, be honest with you, I don't know you that well.
Fair enough.
And as part of that, this is what I love about being able to help Gary host on the channel is meeting new people. So when he said, "Hey, we're going to Bleeker Street," I was like, okay, I've seen him around. I know he's been on Biggie's a couple times. Let me go. And basically the last hour of the day at work, I was like, all right, there's nobody fucking around. Let's go and see what Bleeker's got going on. So first of all, kudos to your videos because I am not a big editing person, but you have to be editing like a fucking machine to put all of these clips in.
Thanks,
it's like
bro.
clip after clip after clip. So I was very impressed with that. And I'm sitting there watching going, holy shit, this guy's got to be putting in the time for this because that's not easy to do, a clip after clip. And the other thing I wanted to talk about was the slab it or not slab it. I love that idea of posing the question and then not you answering it so much as throwing it out to a member of the community to say, if I have this book here and here's the book, should I slab it? And getting their opinion because
Hey, you be careful with that Conan, Jay.
yeah, I have 2 of them because some guy named Gary wanted one, and I'm sure he's got 12 of them. Somebody probably already sent him 5 of them. But I liked it because of the approach that they would take and say, I think you should slab it and you would get some people from a monetary perspective. Hey, I bought this for $5 and looking at 9.8, it's worth $300. And then other ones would just go, why isn't this already slabbed? It's fucking fire, bro. And that would be the end of it. And I thought that was amazing. I was like, this is great. I mean, I just kept clicking on it. What is he doing next? I mean, I love the Voltron one. Obviously, I'm a huge Voltron, so I was like, hell yeah, you need to slap it, motherfucker. I'm sitting around talking at the computer, and this lady walks by, and I'm like, oh yeah, I need to be quiet.
Sounds like it should be called.
I'm at
Triggered or
work
Not
still,
Triggered.
and I'm talking to the computer as I'm watching it. So I just wanted to ask you, was that something that you just came up with, and what? Because that is a question a lot of people ask when they're a collector. I'm like, damn, should I slab this?
When I started on YouTube, I started watching first. So I was watching a lot of you guys. I was watching this show, that show, this show.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to do my own channel, but I didn't want it to be the same as everybody else's. Obviously, you've got inundated with this kind of content and that kind of content and that kind of content.
Sure.
And so I just thought, yeah, man, the slab or not the slab. It's a very controversial subject because there's a group in the community that fucking absolutely fucking hates slabbing. They will never slab anything, and go fuck yourself for even asking that question.
They're purist.
Yes,
They're purist. It's okay.
I find that stuff funny too. Do you know why, Bleak? Like, if you slab books or don't slab books, I don't care. It's your
No.
money.
Yeah.
Zero book.
I don't care what
Exactly,
you do. I
but
didn't
you
earn
know,
your money. I don't care what you do with your money.
those are the same people that will never get Tyler. They will never get Lee and Tyler because they would absolutely just go, "Up, you just ripped a book, bye bye," and they
I don't know
never
if
went.
he knows them. Do you know what
He
comics?
does, and I think he has a heart attack every time he watches
Oh, is
that.
that the people that fucking destroy their goddamn fucking
Yes.
books? Oh god.
Yeah, but it's always
Yeah.
like Berserker.
I can't
you know?
do it. I can't do it.
It's always
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Berserker, a lot of times. So it's like, and I asked Lee that one time, like, how many Berserkers do you? He's like, he bought like 300 of them because he wanted to be able to, just do them for whack hacks, which is fine. But I'm digressing from what you were saying. So continue. You wanted to do something different.
Matt Spidey, fucking before I go in, Matt Spidey, if wherever you motherfucking are, he's gonna crack a goddamn Tomb of Dracula number 10 that's like a 4.5 or a 5.5. Matt Spidey, don't crack it. Do not crack your fucking stuff.
Simon hates slabs. He hates
Yeah,
them.
he's not a big slabber.
That's
Yeah.
fair. That's fair, man. And I agree. A lot of people do call them comic coffins. I get it.
No.
I've read my Hellraiser comic. I've read it a lot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it signed by Doug Bradley. I'm gonna get it fucking slapped.
I was going to ask that when you
Preserve
showed
that
it.
signature.
Now is that will they have? Are you doing CGC or are you just going to send it to CBCS?
I'll probably just send it to CBCS. I
They
don't
have
want
the
to
verification.
pay to get the verification for it. I do have a
Sure.
buddy coming with me. He might do like one of the side snapperoos. Be like, got a picture, and that'll be it. But I don't know.
Right.
We'll see what happens. They get real pissed.
He'll do free pictures if you get some from him.
Yeah, and I don't mind that. Usually I do if I'm getting a signature. I don't mind buying something from the artist. I just love the fact that I got the first Hellraiser appearance in comics, so I want him to sign that big time.
Right. Well, I just wanted to say I was impressed because
I
I'm like,
appreciate that, bro. It's a
all
lot of
that
work, man.
fucking editing he's got to be doing to put those clips together is blowing my mind. And I almost probably got, well, I know that lady looked at me like I was crazy because I was yelling at them.
One of those
What's the rule with
takes a
clips
few
though?
hours.
So you don't get copyright strikes. What's the rule with those?
Okay, so not to get copyright strikes, I take out most of the time. I take out sound. If there's music in the background, you don't use it. Don't use anything with music in the background. You can use bites, like
only like 3-5 seconds, right?
3-second bites. You can use bites. And if I find that there's too much that I think I'm going to get copywritten for, I take out all the sound and I add horror sounds to it. So I'll put it on TikTok and add screams, heartbeats, bats, and fucking wolves because that shit's not copywritten. And then I'll put it back on. So I take it from TikTok, put it back onto my shit, and then put it through Kind Master, and then do other shit, and then put it onto my YouTube.
Yeah, that's way more advanced than I am, Bleak.
Dude, I've never done any of this stuff before. Whenever you see the date on these videos that I put together, that's the first time I've ever done any editing. I don't know how. It's all apps, man. Apps are awesome. Apps.
Yeah.
That's why I can make my
even with
videos,
the
'cause of my
app,
phone app.
you have to learn that app and how to cut it and put it together. So it's still time consuming. And just watching it, I'm like, you had to have taken time to do this. This doesn't,
it takes hours to do, but it's fun. I like it. I enjoy it, so it doesn't feel like it's much.
Well, I just wanted you to know I was impressed with it, and
I absolutely appreciate that.
Thank God my boss wasn't around because he'd be like, "What the hell were you doing?"
I think Jim wants to be on to slab or not to slab is what he's saying.
No, I don't. I'm just saying.
you do. Yeah.
I try to ask people from the community, and there's a lot of people that say yes, and then they wind up fucking me over on Sundays and don't give me anything. And then there's other people that won't do it, and then there's of course other people that are like, yeah, man, I got you, no problem. So I try to. I really is a show to actually showcase the community. It is a show that you can see, like, hey, look, Gary B or whoever, or Actual Dracula. Actual's been on my show.
Yeah.
Now, what time on Sundays do you do that show? The slab or not the slab?
I usually try to put them out Mondays or Tuesdays. It depends on how many submissions I've gotten back. Like I put
so
out a
it's not
show.
live. It's pre-recorded.
Yeah, it's pre-recorded. Somebody sends me a minute video or less of them saying what they would do and why they would do it.
Right.
Hey man, I love this book. I wouldn't slab it because I want to read it. Or hey man, I hate this book, but you should slab it because it's worth $1 gazillion.
Right.
Whatever you think, man. Yeah, it's really, there's no right answer. There's no wrong answer.
Right. It's all personal taste.
All personal
It
choice.
is. But I thought it was cool the way he did it because
Thanks.
I'd never seen that before. So
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Look at Drac. I had the best answer.
No, I think I
The
did.
answer was the worst, Drac.
humility.
You were the worst.
I had the best answer.
Yeah, Drac was absolutely the worst.
Nobody beats Skelefish.
It was actually
I'm
so
sorry.
bad that I loved it. I don't know. You should. Maybe you shouldn't. Yeah, you sort of should. Yes, if you
Well,
want
maybe if you want
maybe
to,
if you
yeah.
want to, sort of. Maybe, I guess.
don't know. Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah,
Oh,
but,
goodness.
no, that was good. So I appreciate that, bro. Thanks very much for checking that out.
Now we have been going for 1 hour and 5, so we'll get to some final questions here and wrap it up.
Shoot
We
her
can
up.
always have you back too. So we'll start going around, see if any of you guys have any final questions. Jim, did you have one? And then we'll go up to Katie.
I did because you're saying you do the comic sales is it at a flea market so you have to set it up and down, or is it like we have antique shops here where you rent a space and there's like a guy at one of them that I went to that has baseball cards and comics? Is that what you're doing, or is it like a real flea market where you have to set it up and tear it down every time?
We don't have to set up and tear down. It is the real flea market, but it's renting a space. So I rent a two booths basically.
Gotcha.
And I'm allowed to keep my stuff there. I pay a lot of money though. I pay like $80 a week to do it, and I'm only open 1 day a week. So it's
This is a Saturday thing, right?
it's a Sunday thing. For
Sunday
us.
thing. Yeah.
Sunday thing for us. Yeah.
Nice. Well, it sounds like it's
Thanks.
like while you're there, you got to hustle.
It is. You got to hustle. You got to, some days are shit. Some days are great. I'm starting to do more online stuff with Who Dat Comics. So I'll probably be doing a sale with Who Dat tomorrow, actually.
Oh,
So, yeah.
nice.
I think we're going to be on IG doing a sale tomorrow, which is pretty cool.
Saturday.
Oh, Saturday. Sorry, today's not Friday. So
Oh, this whole week has been screwed up.
I know this whole week's fun.
It is.
I work 4/10, so this is my Friday. I'm always out of whack with it.
Now,
Nice.
Katie, did you have a question?
No, I talk to him all the time.
Oh, dismissive. Look at her.
This is
go.
your chance, Katie. You could have gone, I'm coming on the hunt, and I'm taking you down.
I'm claimed my character, so
If Katie's coming on the hunt, she's going to be my manager. But she's awesome.
She's got to be your Elizabeth.
Yeah.
I don't know about Elizabeth. Come on, she's
Yeah.
got to be. We've got
All right,
a
then you
character
can
for her.
then
Don't
you
worry,
can
we're
set
not
her
gonna
up to get
spoil it.
stolen by another wrestler. Then you guys can have a big fight,
Oh Jesus!
just like Macho and Hogan did.
Yes.
That was one of the greatest storylines of all time. By the
it was amazing.
way.
All right, so my final question.
Sure, bro.
It's just a basic comic and movie question.
Sure.
What obscure character would you like to see them put in either a television show or movie?
Ragman. Ragman.
Oh, the DC Comics Ragman?
Yes, Ragman. Give me some fucking Ragman. That guy's
Nice.
fucking awesome.
I've never read a Ragman book.
He's wicked.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't know why they don't do it. It's amazing.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's probably who I would pick if I was
Oh,
going to pick.
Naman likes your pick.
Yeah.
Ragman. Here, I'll show you some Ragman before we leave.
I don't think that was a long run.
Yeah.
No, it was not a long run.
Yeah.
Not.
Yeah, you can't have a name like K-pop and not be able to get in the
There
character.
is Ragman.
Yeah.
#1.
Yeah, I've
Nice.
seen a ton of the comics. I just never picked one up and read them.
It's awesome. He's a great character. And they should definitely do Ragman.
Nice. Now, how long has that character been around, Bleak?
Oh, not long at all. Since the late 80s, probably.
Yeah.
Not
I realize
long
that's
at
almost
all.
30
This
years
is
ago
the
now.
first appearance here. This looks like an
long
80s gift to
ago.
me.
Yeah.
Not long at all. You do realize how long ago the 80s was, right?
I know.
But the older I get, the less long things become. All right, I'm just like, listen, that's not long ago. That was very.
Because the 90s
Yeah.
feel like yesterday to me, and I'm like,
Okay.
wow, those 30 years ago.
I know.
Dude, I always say I felt old. The first time I felt my age was when the 30th anniversary of the Gremlins came out. I was like, I saw that in the theater.
Yeah.
I think I saw
Yeah,
a stupid Facebook meme that was like, you know, the Olsen twins are 30. I'm like, fuck you.
Right?
No.
Well, it's the same with like Alyssa Milano, right? You watched her growing up, and now she's like, oh, okay. Wow, she's just old
Yeah.
like me now. But it's nice. All right, Bleeker, anything you want to promote?
Promote. Yeah, man, come check everybody out. I don't know. I promote The Hunt. Check out Biggie. Check out Who Dat Comics. They do a show every other Wednesday. Him and Boston Chris. I do a show on Sundays. You're more than welcome to stop by. It is a community chat. You can jump in the show. You can stay out of the show. You can bitch. You can moan. You can gripe. You can be happy. You can sing fucking songs for all I give a shit. I don't mind. Whatever you like. It's all about the community. So, you know, come down, say hey, and promote. I don't know, man. Just everybody. Go watch your friends, man. Help them grow.
Nice. Well, I know I've certainly had fun getting to meet you and know you finally.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. No, it's actually really cool, Gary. I really appreciate being on the show, honestly. It's really cool.
The appreciation's from this side, Bleak.
Meeting Digger Jim and all that, having his compliments on my cool shit. That was pretty awesome too, man.
And Jim's being humble tonight because he doesn't have his J-Lo going. So he's
No, I don't.
J-Lo.
My hair was all wonky, so
Yeah, so
I put a
Katie-
hat on.
So Jim's got like the snowiest white hair, and when he doesn't have his hat on, the light behind it creates like this halo effect. Because his name's Jim, I call it a J-Lo.
Nice.
So not
I like
her,
it.
just Jim's J-Lo. Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
it.
But Katie, what's coming up for you?
Tomorrow, besides his hunt thing, I have my Fartist feature series, which I'm excited about because it's now a weekly series. I'm like almost booked all the way up to September, so
Wow.
Nice.
exciting.
Good job, man.
Yeah, I have
You've
a
got
lot of
some
good
cool
guests
people
coming on.
there too. Yeah, man.
I
You've got
do.
great people on there.
In my inbox, I have some invites, requests from some good artists that people might be shocked about. Yeah,
That's awesome, dude.
Ooh.
yeah.
It's always fun. So you reached out to them and they answered, huh?
I've reached out to them. I've also met them several times at cons. I was like, hey, want to be on my show? And they're like, yeah, sure.
You want to be on my
okay.
show? I have your personal address. You'll be there.
Basically, yeah. So that's fun.
No, that's nice though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
and
so
I
that's
try to
tomorrow.
catch it when I can. The one with the artist for Jason Douglas was a fun one.
Yeah, Annie.
Yeah,
I'm
you
so
guys were
excited
having a
for
good
them.
time.
Yeah,
So
she was
excited for
good, man.
them.
She was good.
Yeah. Their kick ended yesterday and they, funded. So that's exciting.
Did they do their final tier? Did they get to
No, they missed it off, but I think they hit about the $16,000 mark. So they got
Yeah.
up there.
You know, if they had it going to Canada, they may have made their fucking tier.
It's probably true. So
Sorry, Jason
he's
Douglas.
changing that next time. Yeah, Jason.
Yeah,
But
Jason.
yeah, we got a couple things coming up because he's got another show coming up. I'll probably be with him for that because we all close together.
It was, it's funny because I reached out to him a few days ago and he called me here at home. We had a conversation because I needed his advice on something. You just love it when the people, the creators are just regular people and
Yeah.
it's nice.
Yeah.
He,
yeah.
Let's see. Coming up for me, I always have my phone ready so I can check my calendar. Now I don't have it ready.
I'll be on your show soon.
Yes,
Not like
next
next week.
Thursday. Katie,
Next Thursday, yeah.
Are you
I'll
doing
take
the
that
gonna be
day.
on a special episode, Jim, of the 1011 next Thursday.
Yeah. I've
That's
been
my
saying
last
no for this
one.
like a whole year. So yes, we're
So
finally
happens
doing
I
it.
have Thursday off. Guess who I'll be watching?
Oh yeah,
On the 10-1.
nice.
Well, Bleak, I'll send you a link, and you can co-host that night if
And
you
you
want.
can flip the script and ask her some
Yes,
stuff.
you could be
Oh,
the you could
Okay,
co-host.
I'm
you
gonna
can
be
ask
on
me
her
all the
hot
dumb
seat. That
stuff.
sounded
Okay.
bad when I said it. Never mind. Never mind.
Okay. All right.
I
We
want
know
to be.
what you meant, Bleak.
Yeah, I want to be on her hot seat.
And we have Steve Whiting next. So next week is 10-1-1 week. We have Steve Whiting on Tuesday and Katie on Thursday.
Ooh,
Nice.
Yay.
So
Who
a
Dat
whole
Comics.
10-1-1 spotlight.
Love you, bro. I honestly thank you very much. Who Dat Comics, K-pop, Boston Chris, Biggie Shack. If you're still here, I really appreciate you guys
All
for
the homies.
popping on my show all the time, man. You guys rock. You keep me.
And who that's going to be on the 10-1-1? He booked.
Oh,
And
What?
in July we're going to get him
Nice.
on in the hot seat as well.
nice.
Nice.
That's
Him and I
actually
were
Way to
awesome.
go,
messaging earlier.
Hudat.
Who Dat's got some bangers too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and a big Turtles guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the Turtles guy.
Right.
Got any questions about the Turtles? You send them that way. He's the man.
Yeah, I think him and Alan May are the two biggest turtle guys I see in the community.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
and,
one guy that the turtle collector or whatever. That guy's got a lot of toys.
So is Ross. Ross from the low grades. Huge turtle guy.
See, and I only like the original ones when they were more adult. I didn't like them once they were kiddie.
Yeah.
That's
See, I think Callie's just throwing some shit out there because he hasn't been on, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
You know, Callie's been invited. Callie's just got to come on.
Oh,
And he is booked at the moment.
He's not booked. He's a full of shit.
No, I booked him on the show. He's
Booked on the
appearance.
show. Okay, I thought he
Yeah.
said booked up. Get out of here, Callie.
Yeah, he gave me one of those wish. He goes, you know, if I remember, I don't have too much going on that night.
Oh, come on, this guy.
He might be washing his hair or something.
Right.
washing his hair. Wow.
starting to sound like Nate.
Got
Had a
to
hard
apply
week,
the
buddy?
beard oil. It's beard oil
Yeah.
day.
I had a
Yeah.
hard week, bud. I had a hard week.
Mm.
So he doesn't get fined.
I'm sorry. I keep busting balls on all the hunt people.
Right, Cal, yeah.
That's-
I do it all the time. I'm not even
It
on there.
is. The way
I
it
find
is.
Nate wherever he's at, and I give him crap all day long. It's fun.
It's actually
Well, hopefully next Thursday I can get Bleak on to give you crap while you're doing your 10.
Okay. Deal.
We'll get Bleeker on in the co-hosting seat.
I like it. I like it.
All right.
We'll break his captain on the other side.
Yeah, bud. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
But guys, I want to thank everyone in the audience who showed up to support Bleak tonight. Thank you guys very much. His links are in the description below, as well is K-Pop's, Katie's. I don't even call you K-Pop anymore. It's just Katie.
That's
As well as
fine.
Katie and Jim. I don't call him Digger Jim either. It's just Jim.
Yeah.
But their links are in the description below. Please go follow them up. Like Katie was saying, she has a great, her Fartist feature is really fun. Go check her out. She's doing really good stuff over there. Tim's channel's unique. You're going to find comics and him digging. And, you know, once in a while he gets the odd corpse, so it's kind of neat.
A corpse. Nice. I'm there.
I have found a gun, but
Right.
you
I
know,
made a corpse.
we didn't film that part.
And Bleeker, thank you for coming on again, sir, and making a second appearance on the channel. I appreciate it.
It's my pleasure, brother. I really appreciate coming on, man. Honestly, all you guys are awesome.
And Jim, as always, thank you, buddy. And Katie, thank you for coming on again. Katie's becoming a semi-regular, so we'll try to keep that going. 'cause
Yeah,
it's always a pleasure.
I'm hitting up all the streams. I somehow get suckered on all these shows.
That's okay, because it sends people to your show.
That's
the
right.
shows you're
Yeah, that's
doing.
fine. Yeah.
Right, cross-pollination. We got to all lift each other up.
Well, that's it, right? We all got to grow together. We all want the same thing. We all,
Yeah.
you
I
know.
like it when people show.
Yeah. What's that? The old Kennedy speech of a rising tide floats all boats.
That's right.
That's it.
All right, guys, but that's the show for tonight. We want to thank you all again for coming out. Certainly had a lot of fun, and I got distracted talking. And until next time, keep it casual.